Thank you, Hussein Ibrahim. Now, as the festive season approaches and year-end parties kick into full swing, the National Financial Ombud Scheme is sounding a sharp warning to motorists that if you drink and drive, you could lose not only your license, but your insurance cover as well. The NFO's non-life insurance division says it is seeing a spike in complaints from drivers who accidents claims were rejected because they were suspected of being under the influence. Motorists should be aware that insurers don't need a positive blood alcohol or breathalyser test to turn down your claim. Let's find out more now from Edith McKinnon, who is the CEO of the Ombudsman for Short-Term Insurance.
Driving under the influence is not only, of course, illegal and against the law, but in most insurance policies where you cover or insure your vehicle, if you are found to have, on a balance of probabilities, been under the influence of alcohol or any other intoxicating substance, the insurer has the right to reject your claim, even go as far as rejecting your policy, in other words, deciding to cancel your cover.
Could your behavior behind the wheel be judged as under the influence, and this even without a lab test?
Absolutely. So unlike the criminal law where the proof or the burden of proof is beyond reasonable doubt, in a civil matter such as, of course, your contract with your insurer, the insurer only needs to establish on a balance of probabilities, given all the circumstantial evidence that you were driving under the influence. And they can rely on various types of evidence, such as the evidence of witnesses on the accident scene, such as paramedics, such as other parties. If you collided into someone's property or another vehicle, that person's evidence. And, of course, also the police on the scene of the accident. They can rely on video footage. These days we know there's a lot of cameras in public areas, so often they'll go to and retrieve that footage. And then there's also bank statements that may be called for where the insurer can see that alcohol was purchased on the day, determine your whereabouts. You as an insured have a responsibility to provide true and complete information, and if it turns out that you lied about your whereabouts, the insurer can also have a separate rejection ground, which would be to rely on the failure to provide true and complete information.
Are you seeing a surge in these complaints, and what does it say, if so, about our festive season road behaviors?
We have seen a surge already this year, and I think that was our concern, was that we're already seeing an increase in these types of complaints compared to last year. And of course, what happens over the festive season is that there is even a greater increase in this type of behavior, and hence our warning to consumers that do have insurance not to actually drink, to really think about the repercussions, the consequences of this type of behavior. I mean, there are so many e-hailing services available. Even with one drink, it is recommended that you use those, or have a buddy system where a buddy who doesn't drink then drives everybody else home.
Absolutely some good advice there, because drinking and driving definitely is a no-no. There was Hussein Ibrahim in conversation with the CEO of the Ombudsman for Short-Term Insurance, Edith McKinnon. It's new.